Today is about the power of you. You will change the world.
You're listening to the Chronicles of Living podcast.
Do the damn thing.
Where we talk to visionary dreamers like you about living their best life.
Fulfill the highest, truest expression of yourself.
It's time to step into the past, present, and future with an open and healthy mind. Let's go. Now let's talk.
Greetings, my visionary dreamers. How is everybody doing on Let's Talk Sunday? I want to just wish everybody a happy holidays, because I'm not going to come back on until after New Year. So I just want to say Happy New Year's to you as well. And I just hope. Looking at the title, guys, release the old and rest. 2020 has been a year. It has been a year. And to the newcomers out there, this is ADionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from yourself, the world, some real bullshit. And you are listening to Chronicles of Livin podcast show, the show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. You know, it's extraordinary folk over here doing the damn thing, or over there doing the damn thing the best way we all can. And to the newcomers out here, this show is just come on. I just talk about different topics that I'm sure we all can relate to. And if we can't relate to it, we know our cousin, brother, sister, whoever can relate to it in some type of way. And sometimes the topic might not be for you, but it might allow you to get to, I would say, overstand a loved one of yours and why maybe what they're going through and how you can be more compassionate about it and things of that nature. Okay. So yes, today's topic is release the old and rest. And just need to thank my little deck of oracle cards for this one, because I had a headache and I just could not think of sorry about that, notifications. I couldn't focus, you know what I mean? I couldn't find my little peppermint and my lavender to cure my ills. So without further ado, I'm just going to read the description out the book from the actual oracle card. That's what it says. It says autumn, and it has a raven on it, and it says release the old and rest. And the message is to release all of the pressure, the expectations weighing you down. Shed it all so that you can recover before moving into a time of renewal. And so autumn is when the trees are preparing for the long, cold winter and must let go of all the weight they are carrying in order to continue to grow and prosper. Sometimes you, too, just have to surrender an aspect of yourself in order to continue to grow and prosper. The raven on the autumn card shows that there is an opportunity to heal at this time. The Celtic animal medicine, the raven is a bird of healing and intuition. The healing it brings is a shift that allows you to move into a more powerful psychic space where you can be more aware of your needs and desires and be better supported. Okay? So that's what this card means. And I just really was like, listen, I need a topic. Even though I have some written down, I just felt the need to pull from my ancestor angel deck. And that's the card that came out. So what I get from that is I think it was a great card to come out, because I think this is something that we can all relate to, you know, especially with this year, 2020, leaving us. Yay! prayerfully 2021, and I believe in my heart that it's going to usher in some greatness. But 2020, if you really thought about the good in it all, over all this craziness, you definitely got something out of it. I know I got something out of it. I got a whole lot out of it. I learned a lot about myself, even more about myself. And I was able to continue to push through and to go after my dreams and my visions and my goals, despite everything that was going on around me. So I believe this whole card of release the old and rest is just that, the weight that you are carrying around, whatever this year has put on you, rather it be, the changes that it brought. Now we have to release the old. Maybe we have to release some of the old ways of doing things and, not embrace the new ways as in a control way of things, but embracing it in a way that you just release control. Maybe, sometimes we need to release control and let things flow and not think so hard on how can we make things work out? How can we better our lives? How can we go after a certain job or a new house or whatever. I have spoken to, so many different people this week, between my friends, between, a few of my clients that came back, and they were sharing with me just that, in different ways, that some of them had learned to release, and they see how, their old ways that they were doing things wasn't benefiting them, and how they feel so much better. I had one client come, one of my clients come this past week, and I just felt so good. Like I can just see the change of energy in him from the first time. And I'm not going to say, well, you don't know who he is, but he released a habit that to him he figured out wasn't beneficial to him. And from releasing that habit, he realized that he was able to think clearer. He could see things clearer. His planning was a little bit more on point, things of that nature. And I just believe me and one of my homegirls was talking earlier about how 2020 was more so a year of planning because of the fact that we were forced to let go of a lot of things. Sometimes we were forced to let go of things because of maybe it was financial. Maybe, we had to let go of some bad habits because we couldn't afford to keep them up anymore. We had to make sure we prioritize. Or maybe it was because, we just stopped. We couldn't go out as much as we used to anymore. And it allowed us to get time for us, to make that me time for us. Hey sis, thanks for joining in the chat. Y'all can join in the chat too. You can, you gotta sign in though to join in the chat, but you can sign in. But there are so many things that if we really look at this year, 2020, even if it was a forced release and let go, I challenge you to look at that and ask yourself, okay, how did it help me? You know what I'm saying? How did me releasing that aspect of me, of my life, what did I gain from it? How did it help me? And if we start to look at that, then we can start moving forward. And I believe that the card said rest because sometimes, unlike me, I can okay, if a certain thing don't work out, I'll keep it moving. You know what I mean? But it's healthy to rest in between. It's healthy to rest in between, rather it be relationships. And when I speak on relationships, I don't mean just intimate relationships. I mean all types of relationships, rather it be friendships, rather it be intimate, rather it be, co-workers or whatever you got going on. And if it was a time that you had to release, or maybe you had to depart for a certain reason, who knows, maybe you might come back again. But I truly believe that when it comes to people that you have to release, sometimes it's a period that each individual needs to take time to grow, to take time to learn more about them, to take time to see what it is that they want out of life and see how it is that the individuals in their life fit in their life. You get what I'm saying? Because sometimes we just live through life, and rather we meet new people or we have the old people in our lives, because we develop these routines as far as our friendships or our family ships and, things of that nature. Sometimes we don't even know how powerful of a connection it is, or how, I don't know, is this a word? Depowering. I made it a word. The relationship is. You get what I'm saying? And meaning, like, how much power have you lost over yourself in being in a relationship with certain people? Let's say it that way. So I just made up a new word, depowering. If that's not a word, it probably is. But if it's not, it is now. Okay? I made it up. So we got to look at those things. Who are we around that's putting fuel in our tank and gassing us up, but gassing us up in a good way so that we could go further in life, but who in our connections are, just deflating us like a flat tire. And I believe that's what 2020 did as well, as far as along with what we're doing, what is our lifestyle, meaning like, not just what we do, but how are we making our money? Some people lost their jobs. Some people was on their jobs for years, and then all of a sudden, because of this whole COVID situation, now they're not there, or they were furloughed, or they were laid off, or whatever. And then sometimes you can have a job for so many years, and then now you just lost. Like, okay, what do I do? You might have been on your job for 20 years and you're used to routine. Going back to that, you're used to routine. You're used to the coworkers. You're used to the, you know what I mean? And now you're like, what do I do? That is the part that you need to rest. That is the opportunity for you to rest. You hear what I'm saying? For you to rest and see what it is that you got out of that job. What did you gain for yourself? Not just the paycheck part of it, not just the money or maybe the 401k, but what did you, as a spirit, as a soul, as an individual, what did you gain out of being with that company for 20 whole years or more or less? You get what I'm saying? I apologize. I can't control the noise in the background. But what did you gain? So this is a part of the rest period. You just taking your time and just letting the burden go, that if that is your position and you did, lose a job, or you had to go get another job, you had to get a new position or whatever like that, taking the time to release, if you had to take a pay cut. I know some people that had to take a pay cut, to release the fact that, okay, that happened, but now rest and think of, what did you learn that can help you to move forward in life, that can help you to better your life? Some people were able to be blessed to maintain wherever they were getting their money from, rather it be entrepreneur-wise, rather it be working under a boss or whatever. Some people were able to maintain, and some people were going up and down. Again, still, just because you were able to maintain, I invite you to just look at this past year and see what you have learned about yourself while you were at that job, because of the fact that you were able to maintain. What did you gain from that? You know what I'm saying? What have you gained from working with that company and those people, with all the different emotions going on throughout this whole pandemic situation? How is it that you, let's say, maybe added to someone else's happiness? Is that the word I want to use? No, I want to use, how have you added to someone else to maybe empowerment? Let's say it that way. How have you added to someone else empowerment movement through this pandemic? And how have you not been able to? Who has added to you? And what have you learned from other people during this pandemic, how they are handling it? I just think that these are the things that we should all reflect on in our resting state, so that when we're moving forward and when we're ready to move forward, meaning like into 2021, we can realize the things that the baggages that we should leave behind us and not carry along with us. The things that come up in our mindset from the past that don't serve us anymore, that might hurt us still. Those thoughts, we have all these thoughts running through our mind daily. Those thoughts that might still have that little stab in our heart. It's time to release that. It's time to let that go, because we can't do anything about it. I'm sure everybody has a thought or two, or maybe more, that when you think of that thought, it might bring some hurt to you, rather it's losing a loved one, in whatever way you might have lost a loved one, rather is, even with yourself, maybe something that you feel like, you did that you wish you didn't. You get what I'm saying? It's time to release all of that baggage. It's time to leave it all in 2020 and beyond 2020 and move into 2021 with a freshness about yourself, with a fresh outlook in life, with a renewed mindset, and with a renewed way of how maybe you might deal with folk. You get what I'm saying? Even if you're a kind person, even if you are, you work your hardest at being putting a smile on people's faces and things of that nature, all of that stuff. Sometimes even with that, sometimes if you're working too hard to put a smile on somebody's face or to make somebody's happy, maybe that's something that you need to let go and release and stop. Because if it takes hard work for you to put a smile on somebody's face to make somebody's happy, it shouldn't be work. Everything should be effortless. You get what I'm saying? As far as when you're dealing with people and the energy of when you're dealing with people, it shouldn't be a tug of war, But again, when the tug of wars come, know that that is a growth moment. Know that that is a moment that you can look at yourself and see, why is it a tug of war? Why is it a tug of war for you to have a harmonious, and that came to my mind, but I can't even say the word, harmonious, y'all know what I'm trying to say, relationship with that certain person? What is the conflict all about? Why is there a conflict? You get what I'm saying? And I believe that if it's any type of conflict, it's on both parts in some type of way. It's something that is a disconnect. Is a reason why it's a disconnect. And you should be open to visit that. You get what I'm saying? Rather be alone and you be truthful with yourself, or rather it be you come together and you revisit it together and you are able to listen to each other, communicate with each other, hear each other out, things of that nature. None of us are perfect. We're all a work in progress. I said that to a loved one today. We're all a work in progress. And as I always tell y'all, when I come on here, these messages are not just for y'all. They're for me too. I never know what Spirit wants to bring, how the message is going to come through. So each message is always for all of us as a collective. And my goal and my prayer each week that I come on is that we all can take something away. I don't care if it's a sentence out of the whole show or if it's a statement or whatever, a word, but that we can take something that is food for thought for us to think on and for us to question ourselves. Because that's what life is all about. It's about us continuing to question ourselves, us continuing to, want to do better, want to be better until we're no more, until we're under the dirt. You know what I'm saying? Life is about growing every day in some type of way. It's just like the book said, the trees, when the fall comes, it lets go of the trees and it releases that weight. And you see trees that's just bare. They're bare. All you see is the branches. But then when you come back in the next season, you see the beautiful leaves come back to life again. You know? It's the same way with us. We have those periods in life where we have those challenges and those obstacles that is like, it's almost like it's just stripping us down, stripping our ego, stripping our pride, bringing us back to being this humble person, reminding us what humble means. I know I have been humbled so many times and I don't know why, but I'm good. I've been stripped down so many times, so I know how it feels, you know, to be stripped down to nothing and to just have to rest for a minute and start all over with a new plan. And I can definitely say each time I'm stripped down and I have to start all over, I truly believe when I look back at my past that I am better each time. So I think that that's something that we should work on, not fighting so much when the strip down comes. Whatever the strip down looks like to you, whether it's you just losing everything, whether you losing a house, losing a car, losing a relationship, losing just something. You need to go inside and say, okay, what is this weight coming off me? Because sometimes we're stripped because of just that. Because, you know, it was a weight. Because maybe we do need a new job. Maybe we do need to move into a new occupation or, you know, move into a new different relationship. Or, you get what I'm saying? It's just things that we don't have control over, guys, show up in our lives for a reason. Maybe it's something that we're doing. Maybe it's something that we need to replan in a different way. Now this is not me saying, oh, it's all your fault when things happen. I don't believe it's all my fault when things happen to me. But this is how I chose to look at life. Like, okay, let me see, what is the lesson in this for me? What is the lesson in this for me so that if by chance this situation, I should be revisited by this situation, I know how to handle it the next time. You get what I'm saying? Because as I always say, most of the podcast show, Earth is like a big school. Really, it is. You know, we got the people are the teachers. You know, everybody that we come in contact with are our teachers, because the way we interact with other people teaches us who we are, teaches us the things that we maybe need to go and look at and kind of tweak within us. You get what I'm saying? Rather it's people bringing anger out in you, rather people annoying you, rather, you know, you wonder why every time a person come around, they just make you laugh so hard. They make you so happy. What is it about that person? What is it about those people that annoy you? What is it about that person that always can push your button in some type of way? They could just make you fly off the handle. Why is that? Why is that? These are things that need to be released. Things that we need to stop allowing to weigh us down. But things that we need to rest and evaluate about ourselves going into this new year, going into the new day, the new hour. You know what I'm saying? Because you can stop listening to this podcast show and then all of a sudden, soon as you turn off the podcast show, here comes somebody that just push your button. Here comes somebody that just make you real angry and annoys you. Just a confirmation to show you that you need to release and rest and think. Just think. How is it that the next time this person comes around me, or the next time I go for this certain type of job or whatever, what is it that I can do to just make me more valuable to that job? Rather it's, do I need to take up a class? Do I need to go back to school? Do I need to get a certification? It's so many things that we have that we could look at in our lives that can help us to become a better version of ourselves if we are truthful and honest with ourselves. That's the bottom line. It's only when we are truthful and honest with ourselves, and we know that we're not perfect, and we know that we're not always right. We're not always, everything that we say out our mouth is not always right. There are always other ways to do things, and just being open and receptive to receive new information. That is what helps us to grow. I feel like everybody that's in my life, whether I talk to them on a regular, whether I talk to them months and years or whatever like that, I learned something from everyone. And I take those lessons and I tweak myself. I work hard at readjusting maybe the way I talk to people, or I listen to people more, or whatever it is. I work hard at that thing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to make this a whole long drawn out show, but I'm gonna be honest, I almost didn't come on because I really had a migraine headache. Just think about the things that I want to do, and maybe that's why that card came out for me. This is so many things that I want to accomplish before the top of the year. It's crazy because it's only a week away, but maybe, I need to just release the idea of getting so much stuff done and just rest for the rest of this week. Maybe that's what it is, huh? But guys, I really do. I invite you to, look at this year, 2020, and not look at the chaos out of it, not look at, what the media brought to us and brought to our spirit out of it, but look at, really, what did you get out of it? What did you learn about yourself? I really think that some of us have not, had that opportunity to stop and just listen to ourselves and look at ourselves and look at, how is it that I can be different moving forward in this new life? How is it that, I can make the relationships in my life better? How can I communicate more? How can I listen more? How can I, learn more for myself to better myself? We're never too old to learn something. I shared on, what was that, last podcast or the podcast before that 80-year-old woman that went to college, she graduated from college at 80. She went back to school to get the degree that she always said she wanted to do. I'm not saying that you got to do that, but I'm just saying, what is it that you've always had a thought of doing in your life that you allow old stuff that don't benefit you, old talk, old, failures and things of that nature, that you allow to continue to revisit your thought pattern to stop you from doing some things that would be really great for you? What are those things and what do they look like? Revisit them and then release them, Revisit them for the last time, especially things that has happened years and years ago that you can't change anything from yesterday. So you definitely can't change things from years and years ago. It's all gone. It's all done. Regardless of whether you did it, whether somebody else did it to you, whether you get what I'm saying? It's all gone. It's all over. Nothing can change except for you moving forward, your attitude, your mindset, and things of that nature. So guys, that's the message for today. And so I just want to thank you all for tuning into the show, coming back different times, even if you didn't catch every show, whatever show you caught. I just pray that you got something out of it and it helped you to encourage you, motivate you, inspire you in some type of way to move forward, to want more for you, want more for your family, your friends, whatever, just become the best version of yourself. Because again, we cannot change other people. We can only change ourselves. And we can only change our reaction to things that happen to us, to situations, to people, to challenges, to obstacles. That is the result that we're going to get back. It is our approach and our reaction that we let off when things happen. Okay? So with that, just like 2020, it is how we react to the situation, our attitude towards it. You're still living, you're still breathing, because if you listen to this, definitely you're still living and you're still breathing. So therefore, that is something to be grateful for. So I say go into 2021 being more grateful about the small things, not just the big things, but the small things in life. Be more grateful. You know what I'm saying? And watch how great things come to you and great things happen for you. I'm a testament. I can tell you that for sure. So with all that being said, guys, I just want to say happy new year. New, the word new. Release the old and rest so that you can begin the new. Okay, guys? This is ADionne. I want to thank you guys for purchasing the books, Visionary Dreamer, 90-Day Journal, and Transform Your Life, Discover Your Purpose. And the winners for the 30-day self-accountability challenge. I'm just going to say their first name because I didn't. Is Deshara, Keisha, Dawn, and Javette. They the ones that's been commenting on the Instagram and the YouTube, and I will get in contact with them to find out what it is, what service they want to get for free. And that's that. So thank you guys. And I'm going to be doing a webinar really soon. So definitely sign up for the YouTube channel, Instagram, and I'll let y'all know when. Okay. I love you guys so much. And I'm wishing y'all nothing but greatness, many blessings, that God have grace over you and your family for today and the years to come. I love you guys. This is ADionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from yourself, the world, some real bullshit out here, y'all. And this is Chronicles of Livin podcast show, the show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. You know, you are extraordinary. All of us are. Just let yourself shine, okay? Don't let nobody dim your light, and don't let the past dim your life. Move on to the future and shine bright. Love you guys. Peace.
The Chronicles of Livin.
We can be whatever we dream.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Chronicles of Livin podcast, where you find only the highest vibrations. Remember, you are extraordinary. And if you're pursuing your dreams, we're proud of you. Because the best part of life is when you decide to live.
Something better is always possible if you're willing to work for it and fight for it.
Stay updated with ADionne by visiting chroniclesoflivin.com or stay connected through social media by following @Chronicles of Livin. Until next time, your dream pusher, ADionne.